What is up, guys? Kid Kritic is back with a new episode of Talking Movies with yours truly, Kid Kritic. And you know, it's a special day because not only is it Talking Movies Day, but it's okay, anyways. It just has, it's Friday. It's a good day. Friday's always a good day. So now it's about to be a better day because we're about to get down into some movie news with the first topic, which is Steven Spielberg has come out saying that films on streaming services should not be nominated for the Oscars and that he will propose to the Academy to change the requirements of being nominated. It's just been causing a whole mess with back and forths between Netflix and Spielberg. What are your thoughts about this, Kid Kritic? Alright, well, before I get into this piece of news, I like to say that Steven Spielberg, I think, is like the Jesus of filmmakers. I think he is the best filmmaker of all time. Because, whether it's Jurassic Park, E.T., Jaws, Saving Private Ryan, and that's just the beginning. I think he's just made so many different movies beautifully, and he's just a great filmmaker. So with that said, I think his comments here, I don't agree with his comments. Because to me, I feel like a story is a story no matter what the budget is or no matter where it's at. And I've seen people say online that that disagree with him, that what if these movies couldn't find a distributor anywhere else and Netflix happens to pick them up? Why not? It's Netflix, one of the biggest things in the world at the moment. And the story is a story. I see where he's coming from because he's old school and this is what he thinks, and I see where he's coming from, but I disagree. And I kind of find it funny how when Spielberg says something, everyone listens. If Joe next door, who was a part of the Academy, went online and said that Netflix films shouldn't be nominated, nobody would care about what he said. But when Steven Spielberg has something to say, everybody, just drops whatever they're doing and be like, what did that God just say? And that, everybody just listens, whether they agree or disagree. And in this story, I disagree. I love Steven Spielberg, but I'm sorry, Mr. Spielberg. But if you ever want to have lunch, you can call me. Just call me. Okay. But anyways, with that said, let's move on to the next topic, which is reports have come out saying that Nolan's new film is going to be a mix between Inception and Hitchcock's North by Northwest. Some other reports have come out countering those reports. What are your thoughts of this, Kid Kritic? Remember how I was saying that Steven Spielberg is like the Jesus of filmmakers? Well, I think in this generation, in the last 20 years, Christopher Nolan, I think, has been the god of filmmakers the last 20 years. Because he's made films like Inception, The Dark Knight, Memento, Insomnia, The Prestige, and other films, Dunkirk, Interstellar, the Batman trilogy, And, when he's about to make a movie, it's an event. If it's about Billy Bob taking a big giant dump, it's going to be an event because Christopher Nolan's name is on that movie. So you know what? So I hear this that his new movie is going to be like a mix of North by Northwest and Inception, which I like that genre of movies. And I'm very curious to see that. I personally would have liked him taking a shot in a psychological horror-ish movie because, big horror fan, big Nolan fan, put that together. That can be brilliant. Absolute greatness. Like I said before, I don't care if this movie's about Billy Bob down the street taking a ginormous poo. I will go see that movie. And I'll have somewhat of an anticipation to see that movie. So I personally think I am curious to see that. Obviously, there are reports countering it, so it's not official. So don't say Kid Kritic said it was true. It's not official, but most reports are saying it is. But whatever, it's just a mess. It is a big giant mess. So, and I just thought to talk about it because it's Nolan. Why don't you talk about Nolan is the question. And with that said, guys, let's move on to the next topic, which is Sony has just released a new trailer for their up-and-coming film Brightburn, which is slated to come out on May 24th, 2019. What are your thoughts of this trailer, Kid Kritic? So when I first started watching this trailer, I was like, oh, it kind of feels like the first trailer where it had that Man of Steel vibe, and then out of nowhere, it just turned into like this whole disaster, horror, alien thing, and it was awesome, and that's how this trailer started. I was like, okay, it's like the same thing. But then this trailer just goes full on bananas, and I loved this trailer. And to continue the theme of pooping, this trailer almost made me poop my pants, because there are some nasty things in this trailer. From that lady taking that glass out of her eyes, like, ugh, ugh, disgusting. There's some nasty things that just gave me the heebie-jeebies, and I love the vibe that this trailer gave. I think everyone looks great in here. Obviously, James Gunn is producing, the former writer and director of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I thought Warner Brothers was actually doing this movie, but Sony is. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, and James Gunn's also working on another DC-related property, and the Suicide Squad 2, which we'll talk about in later topic on this episode. And I mean, I cannot wait for this movie. May is going to be huge with Godzilla, Rocket Man, this movie, and Aladdin, I believe, also comes out in May. This is going to be a packed month, as always. May is just a huge month, of course, all starting with Star Wars back in '77, and spreading some knowledge here. And with that said, guys, let's move on to the next topic, which is Warner Brothers has just had their first screening of their up-and-coming DCEU film Shazam, and it is getting raving reviews, and everybody just has positive comments about it. What do you think about this positive reactions, Kid Kritic? Every boy's dream is just to become a superhero, and it's not going to be us becoming the superhero, but we get to witness somebody else's dream come true in Shazam, Billy Batson. And will that dream be a good dream to watch, or will it be a bad dream to watch? And so far, it looks pretty good for Shazam with these good, solid reactions. Like, I haven't seen one negative reaction. I mean, yeah, there's been some reactions that say that there's some weaknesses with it, but that's with every movie. And I cannot wait for this film. I think this is huge for DC, because if the movie continues to have positive buzz around it, this will be their first streak. I mean, will it be their first good movie? I mean, no, not at all, because they've had good ones like Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Then you decide what you think about the other ones. I personally really enjoy the other ones, except for Suicide Squad. That one, yeah, we don't need to talk about that one. But I personally cannot wait for this movie. I think Zachary Levi looks like the man as the kid, because he's technically a 15-year-old in the movie, like the trailer says. Now, I personally wish that there was like more buzz for like Mark Strong, because I like Mark Strong and he's in this movie. I mean, I saw somebody say that there's been some problems with the hero-villain aspect. So I'm like, oh well, but so far this movie, I think it's gonna be pretty big. I felt like this movie was gonna be better than Captain Marvel. I'm yet to watch it. I will watch it and look out for the review for that movie. And I just cannot wait. The trailers look awesome. I love the vibe of this movie. It just looks like fun, lots of heart, and I cannot wait. And it's the first time you get to see a kid finally have his dream come true of becoming a superhero, and I cannot wait in less than a month. And yeah, it's gonna be so cool. And with that said, let's move on to the next topic, which is with Will Smith exiting Suicide Squad 2, reports have come out confirming that Idris Elba will take over the role of Deadshot in the up-and-coming Suicide Squad film, which will be directed by James Gunn. What are your thoughts of this, Kid Kritic? I have to admit, when I saw this news, I was kind of taken by surprise because when Will Smith, who I talked about that news on a previous episode, like 7 or it was probably episode 6. That when they said Will Smith was out as Deadshot, I'm like, oh, they're probably not gonna have Deadshot in the movie. And then the news comes out that Idris Elba is cast to play Deadshot. Now, what do I think of that? Because that's the most important thing. What does Kid Kritic think about that? And I think that's pretty cool. Because I like Idris Elba. I think he's a brilliant actor. Now, is he better than Will Smith? I definitely think he's on par. Better? I think he is better. I think he's a better actor than Will Smith. I love Will Smith. I love the charisma he brings to his roles. He also does very well in dramatic roles. I definitely actually saw some of that in the first Suicide Squad, which I really enjoyed. And I just love Idris Elba. I'm very excited to see what he does with the character. Now, this just, other than Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, this just seems like a soft reboot for the Suicide Squad. And I kind of see why. They're moving on from their dark ages, if you want to call it, and moving on to new and brighter ages with new people, and why not Idris Elba? That is the way to go. I've seen lots of people online saying that they weren't excited for this movie, but now they hear Idris Elba, and obviously James Gunn behind the camera again, and they're a lot of excited. No, they're very excited to see this movie now, and I am with them, and I'm very excited to see how Suicide Squad 2 turns out. And with that said, guys, thank you for joining me on this very special day, because not only is it Talking Movies Day, but it's... Alright, that's enough. Thank you for joining me on this very special day, because of Talking Movies Day. With that said, guys, look out for the next video or review. Probably gonna be a review, because like I said, there will be a Captain Marvel review, and I cannot wait to see that movie. And with that said, guys, thank you for joining me, and peace.